guys, welcome back to another video. I am actually going to be doing a back to the basics type video today. I don't think I've ever done a video like this on my channel. Like, I always do nails, but I don't really show you all how I remove acrylic or how to do a basic removal of acrylic or prep. So that's what we're going to be doing today, and today is my mommy's hands. I am removing what I did last time on her nails. Last time we just did a fill over someone else's work, and then she just wanted some gel polish, which I do not like doing. I do not like doing full cover nails of gel polish. It just does not look the prettiest to me. So I was glad that she came back and she decided to let me remove the acrylic, because this is an overlay. This is her real nail, you guys. So the acrylic that you see me filing off is over top of her entire full real nail. There are no tips on this nail at all. So that is what I'm going to be showing you guys, how to do a soak off from acrylic overlay. So basically it's the same exact thing. It's the same exact way as if you would have tips, except for you are not going to be cutting anything because you do not want to clip the real nails. So usually when I am removing the acrylic before soaking, I go down to the bare minimum amount of acrylic on the nails. However, today, since I am doing this on natural nails and the full entire nail is natural nail, I did not want to go too low, which I could have, but I chose not to because I did not really know what was underneath her nails at all, because again, I did not do her first set, her initial set that she had coming to me. So I didn't go as low, or I didn't file as low as you can go. But when you are doing a soak off, you want to file the nails as much as you can, file the acrylic off as much as you can until you get to a very, very, very thin layer of acrylic. You do not want to hit the natural nail though. Once you feel like you're about to hit the natural nail, you need to stop. Do not file with this grit on top of a natural nail. This is I believe this is a coarse grit that I'm using, and my drill was like, I don't know, my drill goes so fast. I do not recommend this drill, by the way. This is a Lavenda from Amazon, and I do not recommend it because even on the lowest speed, it goes so fast, you guys. Like, and that's one thing that I don't like about it, because when you use certain bits, it's like almost like you cannot control the drill. So anyway, that's besides the point. But the point is, when you are removing this, you want to remove obviously the gel polish, and then you do want to remove most of the acrylic powder that is on the natural nail. So once you remove all of the acrylic powder, you are going to get out some acetone, and you are going to put their hands in acetone. So we will be getting to that in a second. These soak bowls I actually got from Shein. Shein also has the soak bowls that you can put the acetone in, and also you can put hot water underneath. So I'll be getting some of those. I highly recommend those because they will make your soak off go so much faster. Now, granted, this soak off did go pretty fast. For each hand, I soaked it about 10 to 15 minutes and then took it out. And when you soak it for a longer time, for me, it always works better and to my advantage. So you see how much acrylic powder was coming off of the nail. This is how it should look. It should look crumbly like this. This means that you or whoever has used monomer and acrylic on them was using the correct kind, which is EMA. You do not want it to be slimy. If you are finding that it's a little slimy and not like this crusty, crumbly look, then they have used MMA, which is illegal. So always tell your clients if you are doing a soak off and it's really, really hard to get off, which this is not. You want to let them know that whoever they went to prior to going to you or prior to coming to you, they were using MMA and not EMA. This is another reason why nail techs do not like to work over other people's work, because you just do not know what products that they are using. However, the nail tech that my mom went to obviously was doing something right, because I did not see any signs of any MMA being used. Now, if she did use MMA, I might have seen maybe a little bit towards the end, and y'all will see what I'm talking about when I get to the very last bit of what I'm scraping off, which obviously is the first layer of acrylic powder that ever was placed down. But it may not have been that. It may have been just because there was not enough left. But I'm pretty sure that it was not MMA. I'm pretty sure that everything that was on my mom's nails was EMA. Obviously I use EMA, but again, this is me taking off a set that is previously, prior to her coming to me, someone else had done this, and I just did a fill on her nails the last time that she came to me. So you're literally just going to switch back and forth, hand to hand, just scraping it off until you get to the natural nail. Now, if you would have went a little lower as far as filing the acrylic off down to almost the bare nail, then it would not take as long. However, like I said, I explained why I didn't want to do that. So it did take a little bit longer than normal. However, it was fine because the acetone was taking it right off, and it was taking off a lot at one time. Now, this hand right here, I did not leave in for a very long time, so only a little bit came off. But then the second time that we put it in, we did soak it for a little bit longer. And then you're going to see me switch back to the other hand after I am done with this hand. I'm going to put this hand back in the bowl to let it soak more, and I'm just going to switch off and go to the next hand. And you just keep on doing the same thing until everything is removed. So in all, I did about 3 soaks for each hand, and each soak was about 10 to 15 minutes. So if you add all that up, it was almost an hour, about 30 to 45 minutes in total is what it took for me to do the soak off. And after I show you all the soak off, I'm actually going to show you all the prep. So stay tuned for that if you want to see how I prep the nails. But again, I'm just walking you all through what you should be doing for a soak off, a healthy soak off, and to keep the nails, to keep their natural nails in good health and shape. Now, it does look like I'm pressing super hard on her nail and hurting it, but I promise y'all I'm not damaging her natural nail at all. This is still all acrylic, so I'm just scraping that off with the metal cuticle pusher. And after I do this, I'm still going to have to file her nails down and buff everything away to smooth everything out. So it is just fine. Don't think that I'm hurting her natural nails at all, because I am not. My mom has always had naturally long nails, so that is why she does not get tips put on her nails. They just naturally grow this length even without acrylic powder. My nails are exactly the same. If I did not do my nails as much as I do, as far as the pop-off method and all that, my nails would be super long, you guys. Like, you can even see how my thumb is growing out right now. Like, it's starting to grow really long, and if I don't clip it down soon, then it is going to be just as long as my mom's nails. We have like the same type of nails, so that is where I get my long nail beds from. Everybody always, like, when I used to get my nails done at the shop, they used to always be like, pretty nail beds, and I'm like, what? Like, thank you, but like, what do you mean? And now I know what they were talking about. Like, I have very long nail beds, if that makes sense. And basically what you see on my mom is exactly how my nails are. We have like the same nails, not the same hands, but we got the same nails. I definitely have my nana's hands. Like, I got grandma hands, but it's okay. Y'all still gonna watch me, okay? So after I was done taking off all of the acrylic powder off of the nails, or the acrylic, I don't know why I keep saying acrylic powder. Obviously it's acrylic powder and monomer mix, but after I finished removing all of the acrylic off of the nails by soaking them, I go ahead and gently buff the remainder off to just make sure that I got everything, and I want it to be a smooth surface. This is also going to help you see if any acrylic is still on the nail at all. You will know because the surface is going to be lumpy if there is still acrylic. Everything should be smooth once you use this buffer. If it is not smooth and you still see lumps, that most likely means that there is still acrylic on the nail. So you are going to have to soak that finger individually or put all the fingers back in that still have acrylic on them. Don't really do that. I didn't really know what that was, but it was okay. It was just a tiny piece, so I did pick it off. But if there is a bigger piece, do not pick it off because that can damage the nail. But again, just go ahead and buff all the nails out to see if, or to make sure that everything is smooth. If you do not see that it is smooth, then go ahead and place that finger back in the acetone to remove it. Now see, on this thumb right here, I was buffing it out and I was feeling it because I seen like a little demarcation. So I was like, what is that? And that was still acrylic. So I did go ahead and I put it back. I had her put that one finger back in the acetone until I was done with this hand. And after I was done removing all the acrylic from this hand, or at least that session of removing it, I went back to the thumb, and you guys see that was acrylic still stuck on it. So that is how you know if acrylic is still on the nail. It is going to have like a line of demarcation, or it will just look lumpy and feel lumpy. It's not going to be smooth. To know that you got rid of all of the acrylic, it is going to be a smooth surface on the nail. So now we're getting into the prepping next, and I'm just going ahead and I put some cuticle oil around her fingers because she was complaining about how she looks ashy in the camera, y'all. So I went ahead and just put some oil on her. I do want to also tell y'all that when you are using cuticle oil, do not use cuticle oil like how I just did. I did that because that's my mom, so we use the same, I can use the same cuticle oil that I use on me on her. But in reality, if you are doing a client, you do not want to do that. So you don't want any of the cuticle oil to touch their skin as far as the brush that you're using. So anyway, you did go ahead and see me push back the cuticles with the cuticle pusher. I am now going ahead and reshaping her nails to whatever shape that she wants to have them shaped. I asked her, does she still want to keep them round or that squoval look, which I hate. And I kind of convinced her to go a little more square. So that is what we did. We went square, and I'm obviously going to be putting some acrylic over this, so it's going to make it even more square once I am done, which I'm not showing you all that today. However, I just wanted to let y'all know that it did come out more square after that. Today we are just going over the soak off and prep. So you can do this part before or after you do the cuticle prep and buffing the nails out completely, but I just decided to go ahead and do it before. It really does not make any difference. You can interchange it however you would like. So while you are doing a soak off, you want to make sure that even if you have one hand still soaking, you want to make sure that you are using your time wisely and you are still prepping or doing whatever you have to do to the other hand. Now, obviously, if it's just a soak off, then you would not be proceeding to do a prep. So in case you are looking at this video and wondering what else you would do after you do the soak off, you will want to buff their nails out, and then you will want to put some cuticle oil on their nails if they want their nails bare, or you can put some base coat on their nails and then put a top coat on and then put some cuticle oil on. If they want a manicure, you would proceed to do a manicure, but if you are doing a manicure, the manicure would be steps like this, because manicures mostly are basically what you do for prep for false nails. So it's pretty much the same steps as what you would do for false nails. So right here, I am taking this needle bit. That's what I call it. I'm not sure the exact name of it, but this just came in like a pack. You can find them anywhere. I do have them linked in my Amazon storefront under drill bits if you are looking for a needle bit. But this is what I use to prep the nails now, as far as getting under the epinicium and removing the dead cuticle, well, dead skin, which is cuticle, on the nail plate. So I do it in reverse and forward motion, which is on your drill if you have that option for your drill. So that is what you see me doing right now. I'm just doing it in reverse and forward. So that is why you see me go back over it twice in different directions. I love this part of the prep because this allows me to really get up under the epinicium and lift up all of the dead skin off of the nail plate so that everything adheres correctly when I am doing my application. It is a very flawless application once you do this. Also, it helps your nails last a lot longer and they will not need a fill as quickly. Also, it actually helps this part as well because it is lifting up the dead skin, so it is easier for you to grip it with the cuticle nippers. Now, I do need sharper ones because these are dull and it's time for these to go in the trash. Like, I've used them too much, and that is why sometimes it will look like it's tugging at the skin, which it looks like that really because my camera moves because it's on my desk. So whenever I do crazy movements on the desk, or I'm like moving my elbows, or just, I don't know, it's just, the camera moves. When I move, the camera moves, or when my client moves, the camera moves. So but regardless of that, I do need some sharper ones, and it will come off, the skin will come off even easier. Right here, I have to put in a little work, which I don't like to do, but the sharper your tools are, the easier this will be removed. But I do like that needle bit because it enables me. I cannot talk, y'all, today. Oh my gosh, I'm so sleepy. But it's 12 midnight and I'm recording this voiceover. But the needle bit enables you to remove the cuticle and the dead skin near the epinicium. So that is what I use it for, and it helps tremendously. I love it. It gives it a nice look to the cuticles. Y'all know we do not like ugly cuticles with nice nails. It just does not go together. It does not flow. So make sure that you are doing cuticle work when you do prep, you guys. Always remember that. So I did go ahead and I applied some Mia Secret dehydrator. I then put on some Mia Secret Extra Bond. I think it's called Extra Bond. And then I also went in with some Protein Bond, and I went in with Protein Bond twice. So altogether, I have 4 layers of things that I put on the nail to prep it before I apply the acrylic. So after I do this, you guys, that is pretty much it for the prep. And then I just go into laying the acrylic, and this is the same steps that you would take if you were applying tips, except for you would not apply all of this onto the actual tips. But this is how your nails should look after you have soaked off and prepped, and they are super healthy. And I will see y'all in the next video. I love y'all so much. Mwah. Bye.